Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Wallace here with Ballin' Down South Sports Network, here with another episode of the interview. I can tell you this next person I have on here played at Memphis State University back in the 80s. Drafted in the NBA back in 87 in the second round with the 39 pick with the 76ers. Played with the Seattle Supersonics in the 90s. And guess what, folks? Played with Gary Payton, the Glove, and Shawn Kemp. And also played against the great Michael Jordan. I can tell you, he is no stranger to basketball. He's been on the college level. He's even actually had a head coach at a professional level as well. Ladies, let me bring my guest on, none other than the NBA veteran, Vincent Askew. How you doing today, Coach?
Hey, Coach. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Sunny day down here in the Mobile region down here in Alabama, man. I can tell you that. Are you up in Memphis right now?
Yes. I'm from Memphis, and I moved back here from Guam after the COVID-19 started going. So, yeah, I'm in Memphis now.
Well, those people, I know some of these young kids don't know exactly who you are, but just go ahead and let the people know exactly who you are.
Well, my name is Vincent Askew. I'm raised by my grandmother here. I attended high school in Memphis, went to Memphis State. It's called University of Memphis now. Stayed there for 3 years, left after my junior year. I was told, Ron, that I was going to be the 17th pick in the draft to Dallas. But you know how things happen. So I was the 39th pick to Philly and stayed there, started my first year for like 15 games, got cut on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Which at that time, it was like the end of the world, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I met George Karl in the CBA and history.
Wow. I can tell you that, man. It's good to have you on. So what are you doing right now? You know, since you've retired from the NBA and all that stuff.
Okay, well, I coached in Italy. I coached in the CBA. Coached in Guam. I do a lot of things with NBK. You know, I'm on the video game, so I look around me doing that. I do a lot of the player value of certain NBA teams. You know, when you go out and see players' strengths, weaknesses, and things that they need to do to try to become a more complete player. So I try to stay around the gym right now. I love.
Well, talk a little bit about, playing with the Seattle Supersonics, that when you guys went to the NBA Finals against Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
Man, that was one of the best times of my life. First of all, playing with guys like Gary Payton, Shawn Kemp, Detlef, guys that to me was some of the best guys to ever play, and me being a guy from a little small town in Memphis, little small neighborhood in Memphis, man, it was a blessing and an honor just to play with guys like that against guys like Jordan, man. That was a lifelong.
Now, we right here in our area, we got a former Chicago Bull player, Jason Caffey is down from this area. I'm very sure he knows you. We probably gonna have to get him on the network too. So basically, playing at Memphis. How was that? Did you play your senior year there, or you went on ahead and went to the NBA draft?
Well, I left after my junior year. Well, first off, playing at home, man, it brings a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure from family, a lot of pressure from friends and hanger-ons. You know how it is.
Yes, sir.
And you got to be really focused. If you stay at home to do anything, you have to be focused. But I loved it, man. It's nothing like playing at home. Getting the cheers, and you get the boos if you lose, and just represent the city and the family, man. That was a great time in my life.
Now, leaving college, going to the NBA draft, you just got drafted. What did that mean to you and to your family?
Oh wow, man! It changed everything because we were. Like I said before, about my grandma, and she had 3 kids of her own, and she had custody of me and my 3 cousins. Think about that. And she was a single mom, but she always taught us that we made no excuses. She knew nothing about sports, Ron, but she knew about them academic and how that was farther in life than sports. So if we couldn't make A's, and trust me, I wasn't the smartest guy in the world, but I was focused and she believed that if you can carry a conversation, you can do your work in the classroom. So we didn't have a choice in our house, man. We had to, be right as far as our grades, and our conduct was part of our grades too, to her.
Now you talk about academics. For the kids that are listening and watching this interview, let them know how important academics is, in college and high school coming up as you go.
Oh man, that's as a player, man. Let me, if you got a little time. When I was in the 7th and 8th grade, I'm gonna tell you, basketball and academically, and trust me, I went to school, Manassas Junior High. I attended the school in my neighborhood. It was all black school. Great people, my uncles, aunts, everybody went there. We focused a lot on athletics, and to me, it's an individual thing, and it's a parent thing as far as academics. I mean, coaches should enforce it. Some don't. But my grandmother and my coach that I met, Al Perry, he had started at Mississippi State for 3 years. And he took me from the 9th grade, and he started the 9th grade. They accumulate. They add them all up from the 9th through the 12th grade. And he told me that I wanted to have good grades because I wanted to pick where I wanted to go to school instead of being limited on where I could go. Because if you don't make good grades, you can eliminate certain schools out of your choices. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give myself a chance. So your grade is the most important thing because as an athlete, to choose where you want to go. And if you don't have the proper grades and the proper knowledge of, knowing how to study, knowing how to process your time, and taking that ACT series too, man. From the 9th grade, your grades start 9, 10, 11, and 12. Accumulates, right? They add them all, and man, I wanted to be able to pick where I wanted to go to school. Your grades aren't right. If you don't have a certain grade point average or pass those tests, you'll be limited in where you could go. All schools are good, but why don't you give yourself a best chance to, be able to go where you choose to go.
Right. So now, like I said, you're training kids and stuff right now. How is that's working out for you and stuff of that nature, training these kids?
Oh, it's great, man. I love getting in the gym, teaching the game, man. I'm about fundamentals. I'm about footwork, teaching them the little things in basketball. I think a lot we skip steps, and it really hurt kids. Because a lot of times it's boring to kids and parents, who don't know. Fundamentals would take you further in basketball and any sport, in anything. I mean, you have to be fundamentally sound. If you look at all the great players now and before, they were fundamentally sound. You had great footwork, everything. So I love teaching that part of the game. I love that.
Well, nowadays, you got a lot of kids. They watch NBA. They play the video games, and they trying to do the special moves, but they don't have the fundamentals, the foundation to make a great or a good basketball player. So what would you say to kids that don't really have the chance to get the exposure of that college coach can see them? What do you suggest those kids do?
Oh, man, I was one of those kids, Ron. In our area, they had a top, 50 players ranking in our state of Tennessee. And as old as I am, I still remember because it motivated me. I was ranked, I wasn't Michael Jordan, but I was ranked 48 out of 50. Come on, man. I was like, I know I can play a little bit now. But I recommend for those guys, man, and girls to keep working, man. Just keep working. You got to believe in yourself. You got to find something to motivate you. You got to find something to motivate you. You can't give up. The easiest thing in the world to do is to get frustrated and quit. That's the easiest thing to do. The toughest thing to do is to work hard, not knowing if you're going to get a scholarship or whatever. But like my coach always told me, you don't need but one coach that like you. You got to always be prepared because you don't want to sulk and mope around and then that coach come to the game or see you in practice, and then your body language is off. Your body language means a lot. So you got to always be preparing and just stay. Well, you got to keep working because you never know when your chance will come.
Now, talk a little bit about this social media thing. And, I tell kids all the time, what you put on that social media, trust me, those college coaches are going to see it. And, that speaks, that's basically your brand at that level as a kid, trying to get to the next level. Talk about how important that is, branding yourself and making sure that, you're keeping everything good and clean.
Coach, that's one of the most important things that a kid can do or shouldn't do, I say, as far as putting negative stuff on your social media. Because trust, coaches, scouts from pros, they look at all of that, man. They look at that. They go back. I'm telling you, coaches go back in your history of who you're hanging with, who, I'm not saying you can't be friends with certain people, but when you're getting ready to go up, everybody can't go with you. That's just the bottom line. And you got to be smart, man. You got to be smart about you got to be smart about who you hang around. Because my grandmama used to say, birds of a feather flock together, coach. And perception is everything. So your brand is all you have, really, because they're not going to talk to your mom. They're not going to talk. They may talk to them, but they're going to go off what they see. People go off what they see. So you have to be really, really smart and really careful with that social media.
Well, I'm not gonna keep you on here too much longer. Anything that you want to say to the people watching, and the guys and girls, maybe their last senior year in high school, it's gonna be their last season. They're trying to go on to the next level. Anything that you want to say out to those kids?
Okay, I just want to tell them, man, to keep working hard, work in that classroom, man. If I wanted to be, I was so competitive, coach, that I wanted to be the smartest one in the class too. I wanted to be competitive in everything. So be competitive in the classroom, on the court, or on the field. Listen to your coach, because listening is a skill, man. I've seen people get cut first day for not listening, first day for not paying attention. You have to pay attention. You got to listen. You got to focus, man. Focus on what you're doing. And just work hard, man, and enjoy where you are, because all you have is where you are right now. So just enjoy it and give it your best.
Well, I can say it's been.
And last thing, coach.
Go ahead.
Last thing, coach. I'll be down in that area next week. I'm gonna stay for I want to call that talent that I guys talk about all the time. You and KT.
Yes, sir. Trust me, and I'm not just talking about boys. I'm talking about girls as well. You have some basketball talent down here in this southern area of Alabama, and I can tell you, a lot of coaches don't believe that. But when they get here and they see it, I mean, those kids gonna showcase it. We gonna put it out there so coaches know about these kids. And that's what it's all about, man. That's one of the reasons why I started balling down south, because a lot of kids need exposure, and the coaches just don't know about them.
And I wanted to congratulate you, man, KT, and all the people that are doing things like this. This platform is for kids and parents and coaches too. You got to take advantage of it, man, because it's nothing like exposure. It's nothing like exposure. So, man, I applaud you guys for what you do, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Right before you came on today, I had Texas State head football coach on. And so, yeah, and now I got a third interview later on this evening, with USC Upstate new head women basketball coach. So we got it's a lot of stuff going on, man. We're just doing our part, trying to help these kids and keep them out on the forefront.
Coach, man, God bless you guys down there. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NBA veteran Vincent Askew. Thank you for coming on the network, Vincent.
Thank you.